Gloria. Today I want to share with you some very delicious stuffed potato cakes with ground beef. They come out delicious and I know your family are going to enjoy it. But first things first, my apron is on, my hands are clean, and I am ready to show you my ingredients. My ingredients: potato, onion, chicken bouillon with tomato, garlic powder, black pepper, salt, 1 carrot, chile de árbol, about 20, 3 garlic cloves, tomatillos. I have the really tiny ones, but you could use the medium ones. And here I have the ground beef and water. This is everything we need for these delicious stuffed potato cakes. So let's get started. Let's prepare it at home and enjoy it with our family. I want to start by making first my salsa, but first things first, I need to rinse my tomatillos and my chile de árbol. We need to rinse a little bit at a time until we are completely done. Okay, these are nice and rinsed. And now I have a small saucepan where I'm gonna add all my tomatillos and my chilies. And to this, I'm going to add just a little bit of water, and I'm not going to forget my garlic clove. The garlic clove really brings up the delicious flavor of the salsa. Okay, let's take it to the stove and let's start cooking this delicious salsa. Well, here I'm just gonna let them cook for about 4 to 5 minutes until it's boiling just like that. And now I am ready to transfer them to my blender. And I'm going to add the juice and the liquid. And at this time, I'm adding my salt. Remember, salt is to taste. We're gonna blend it just for a couple minutes. Until everything is nice and blended. And I have a plate here where I'm gonna transfer my salsa. And I'm just gonna mix it around, and I'm going to go ahead and taste it to see if I need to add just a little more of salt. But to my tasting, this is great. I don't need to add anything else. I wanna show you that it's nice and thick, but yet it's not too runny, just perfect for my potato cakes. This salsa really goes with everything, with tacos, with anything you wanna add. This salsa is great for many different dishes. But here I'm going to enjoy them with my potato cakes. And here I have my potatoes and my carrots, and I'm going to go ahead and rinse them. Make sure that you rub your potatoes very good, one by one, and then you're ready to start with your carrot. I'm going to slice the ends, and I'm going to start taking the skin off of the carrot slowly, until everything is nice and off of the skin. And now I'm just gonna be shredding it really nicely, because we want the little pieces of the carrot to be incorporated with the ground beef, just like that. Well, I'm gonna continue until I am completely done. And here I am done with my carrot. I'm gonna go ahead and just transfer it to this plate. And of course, I'm just going to put it aside, and I'm going to continue with my potatoes. I'm going to cut the edges of the potatoes just like this, and I'm going to peel them completely. Please make sure that you remove the little brown spots or black spots that sometimes the potatoes have, just like this one right here. We're going to go ahead and just remove it. And this is nice and clean, and I'm going to continue with the rest. I am completely done with the rest of the potatoes. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this rack in here, and I'm going to steam them. You want to make sure that you steam them and you don't just put them inside water and cook them, or else the potato is going to absorb a lot of water. And that's exactly what we don't want. We want to just put them in, cook them, steam them for at least 30 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and just cover them, and I'll see you back in about 30 minutes. And I have my onion here, and I'm only using half an onion. I'm going to start slicing it, and then I'm going to dice it in very small little pieces because I want to really incorporate it really well with my ground beef. This is completely diced, and I'm going to transfer it where I have my carrots. I'm going to continue with my 2 garlic cloves. Remember, the garlic cloves need to be really nice and diced so that they release all the delicious flavor to the other ingredients. And here I'm going to just add it to the same plate. And this is completely done. Let's check and see how the potatoes are doing. They are fine. Look at this. They're pulling apart. And now I am ready to just remove them from this pan. And here I have them. Now we're going to go ahead and start scrushing them until it's nice and smooth. And I transferred it back to the same pan where I was cooking them because I don't want to make a mess, to tell you the truth. And here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add my salt. And I was almost forgetting to add my rice flour. And I'm adding 3 tablespoons of the rice flour, and I'm going to continue smashing them until everything is really nice and smooth, just like this. And at this moment, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to taste it to see if it needs just a little more of salt. But you know something, this is fine. I'm going to go ahead, put it aside. I have a little dish with water, and I'm going to be wetting my palms so that I can make the little balls of the potato cakes. This is important, or else the potato is going to stick to the palms of your hands. So just make sure that you wet your palms every time you make a big ball of the potato mixture. Okay, this is done. Let's go ahead and start cooking our ground beef. To this, I'm going to add just 1 teaspoon of vegetable oil. And I'm going to go ahead and start adding my extra lean ground beef. Remember, I always like to use the extra lean ground beef. So if I could avoid a little bit of the high calorie, well, then that's what I'm going to do. I added my black pepper. I'm adding my garlic powder, and to this I'm going to add my chicken bouillon, the one that is a little red. It has a little bit of tomato, dried tomato, and I'm just going to add it, mix it completely. I'm going to let it cook for a little bit until it starts getting nice and brown. It starts changing color. 5 minutes have passed, and look at this. It's no longer red, and now I am ready to start adding the rest of the ingredients. I'm going to add my onion, my carrots, and my garlic cloves. Right here, everything is going to go in, and I'm going to mix it one more time. Incorporate all these delicious flavors. We want our ground beef to really get all the delicious flavors. I'm going to let it cook for another 5 more minutes. It's been cooking now for about 10 to 12 minutes, and look, in the bottom of the pan there is no juice at all, no oil, and this is exactly how we want it. Now this is completely done. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to transfer it to one plate. I'm going to turn off my stove, and now I am ready to remove it from the pan. I'm using the same pan. In a little while I'm going to use it one more time, and now I'm just wetting the palms of my hands. And let me show you how I'm going to make these delicious potato cakes. We're going to go ahead. Remember, you can make them as big or as small as you would like. But here I'm just adding 1 tablespoon of the mixture of the ground beef. And this is very easy. I know this is time consuming, but every step is very important. At the end, your family is really going to love these delicious cakes. Look how easy it is. It's not sticking to the palms of my hands. Okay, let me make one more so that you could do it at home. Enjoy it with your kids and your family. Just remember, wet your palms so they don't stick. The potato doesn't stick to your hands. And do not add too much mixture or else you won't be able to close it. And then you're really gonna have a mess, okay? So now I'm just gonna go ahead and make the little balls, and this is ready. I'm gonna continue with the rest of them. Here I am almost done, but I wanted to show you how they look. Let's go to the stove. I have the same pan. I added some vegetable oil, and right now the oil is nice and hot, and I'm gonna start adding my potato cakes just like this. They're gonna be on each side for about 2 to 3 minutes until they're nice and golden brown, just like this. Okay, I have in a plate some napkins so the napkin will absorb the excessive oil. And I'm gonna continue making the rest. Look at this. They are getting really nice and brown. Okay, I am going to remove them and I am ready for the presentation. See you in a bit. I am completely done with this delicious stuffed potato cake. You know something, this is the part I really love and enjoy. Let's see how this came out. Of course, I'm adding a little bit of the salsa I made. It's not too hot, but yet it gives it such a delicious flavor. Let's see how this came out. Excuse me. Delicious, amazing. I hope, my friends, you can make it at home and enjoy it with your family like I enjoy it here with my family. If you liked and loved my recipe, please don't forget to subscribe, leave me a thumbs up, share my video on social media so Cooking with Gloria keeps growing. Don't forget to push the notification bell, and if you did, leave it activated so every time I make a delicious recipe, yes, you are going to be notified. Before I say I see you soon, I wish you nothing but the best. Peace and love. And of course, I will stay enjoying this delicious stuffed potato cakes. So I'll see you on my next delicious recipe. Bye-bye.